Welkom terug by die groot ontbyt. As deel van Kinderbeskermingsweek gesels ons vanmôre met Hilda O'Callaghan, sy is van die organisasie Protective Behaviours Program. Ons praat spesifiek oor kinders se sekuriteit en veiligheid. Iets wat ons almal bietjie meer aandag aan kan gee. Ek weet daar's baie ma's en pa's daar buite wat sterk fokus daarop en dis ook goed so. Goeiemôre Hilda.
Goeiemôre Pierre.
Dis lekker om jou hier te hê. Jy is tussen Suid-Afrika en Australië op en af.
Ja.
So ons gaan maar van die onderhoud in Engels doen, maar ons kan dan begin in Afrikaans.
Ag, dis so lekker om Afrikaans te praat. Regtig, ek geniet dit. Ja.
Kom ons praat 'n bietjie oor die program. Ons praat oor Protective Behaviours Program. Wat is dit?
There's a child safety program. It's got preventative strategies built into it. It's really a life skills program. It's skills that every person could have and can benefit from. The skills are such, however, that it gives children a way of identifying unsafe situations and then knowing what to do. Well, they don't know what to do, but that's what we teach them.
Yeah.
The difference between feeling safe and feeling unsafe, and when you feel unsafe, what to do. And that's what we're teaching them.
So as you say, basic life skills, that's what it's about. It's proper, decent life. Do you find that children, especially nowadays, aren't taught enough of the basic life skills?
I do believe that. But I also see protective behaviours as a program, a personal safety program. You know, if we all teach our children stranger danger.
Yeah.
And that is a good thing to do. Every child needs to have a set of guidelines. This is what I do and this is what I do not do when it comes to strangers. But when we know that up to 95% of abuse happens in trusted relationships, then we need more. Stranger danger is not enough. So we're teaching them because, as you say, they are not getting those life skills necessarily from their environment or their families. We're living in a different world to the one that we grew up in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sky News had an interesting article yesterday, and I'm going to quote. It said, researchers at the University of Edinburgh found 1 in 8, that's 12.6% of the world's children, have been victims of non-consensual talking, sharing and exposure to sexual images and video in the past
1 in 8?
That is terrifying, but I don't believe that it's only 1 in 8.
You think it's higher than that?
I think it's higher than that. Yeah.
Wow.
You know, it's very difficult. We don't have exact stats about everything that we want to know about. We can only really count those people who have spoken up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I think of sexual abuse. We say in South Africa, the stat is 1 in 3. Now, every third child
has been molested in some shape or form.
Will be before they reach the age of 18. Now, 1 in 3 is a lot of people. But you know what? We're only speaking about the people who have spoken up.
Dit is skokkend.
There are people who have not disclosed. So what is the real stat?
Dit is skokkend.
I've got like goosebumps from head to toe. 1 in 3 in South Africa. That is a very, very high number. And so my question is, do you think it is more prevalent in certain countries than in other countries? Are certain countries doing a better job with protection behaviour than other countries?
You know, that is really hard to say because at the end of the day, it comes back to disclosures.
Yeah.
You know, for example, now in Australia, we have just in the last 5 years had hundreds upon thousands of males, my age, a bit older than me, disclosing the abuse that they lived through, physical, emotional, psychological and sexual, as little boys. Now they are disclosing 60 years after the effect. Where were they counted?
Yeah.
And yet we say in Australia 1 in 4. And in South Africa we say 1 in 3. So, you know, the stat that you say 1 in 8, you said, we're never really sure. It's more prevalent than we think.
It should be about prevention. It should be about being proactive. It should be about, like you say, the life skills. It should not be about reacting to incidents that already happened. But that is part of the problem that we face, that it is happening, and we need to look at the treatment or the approach to these events after the fact.
Yeah, and that is a very expensive way to go. It is much more cost effective and life effective and human effective to look at prevention. Prevention and early intervention. Protective behaviours has all the elements of prevention.
And we have to talk about that now later on. We're quickly going to break for news, and then we're coming back and we're talking about preventing these situations and empowering people to do so, children specifically. Bly by ons ingeskakel na die nuus, kom ons terug, ons praat ons verder oor wat 'n mens moet doen om jou kind te beskerm teen al hierdie goeters, trafficking en uitbuiting en internetbullying en selfmoord by kinders, al die lelike goeters. Dan praat ons oor wat jy kan doen om hierdie dinge tot die beste van jou vermoë te probeer verhoed. As deel van Kinderbeskermingsweek gesels ons met Hilda O'Callaghan. Sy is van Protective Behaviours Program. Ons gesels spesifiek oor hoe beskerm jy jou kind? Hoe leer jy jou kind wat hy moet doen of sy moet doen? Wanneer is die regte ouderdom en dis meer baie belangrike vrae wat sommiges van ons oor verskil. Goeiemôre weer eens Hilda. Kom ons praat verder oor die program. Hierdie Protective Behaviours Program. Wanneer is die ordentlike ouderdom om vir 'n kind te begin leer oor goeie veiligheid en sekuriteit, oor kinderbeskerming? Party mense sal vir jou sê moenie my kind pla nie. Hy is nou net 11 jaar oud. Hy hoef nie hierdie te weet nie. When would be the ideal age?
11 jaar oud.
When would be the ideal age?
Baie vroeër. I think some of the skills of protective behaviours can be taught from birth. Begin to speak that language of safety with a child. You know, for example, one of the things we talk about is consent. Teach consent from day one, and not by the time when they are interested in sexual relations. You know, there are many things that we can start really early, but the actual program we start officially at the age of 4. I heard yesterday here in South Africa that one person is working in a kindy, and it was 3 and 4-year-olds doing the program. Can I tell you about the program? Yes. It's a structured program. Our goal is prevention. And if we cannot get prevention, if a child is already in the grip of let's say a predator, let's talk about sexual abuse, for example. If a child is already in that spider web, we want to get them out of there. So that is disclosure. Our goal is prevention, and if we cannot get prevention, we want disclosure. We start by teaching them the basic rights of life, the right to feel safe, the right to be safe and to feel safe, and then tell them the difference between safe and unsafe. We cannot tell a child what to do when they feel unsafe, when they don't know what unsafe is. It's so difficult to define. Where is that line where safe goes to unsafe? So we make a very specific point of teaching them our right to feel safe and what feeling safe is. We also teach them the difference between safe and unsafe secrets. We already know that perpetrators of any kind of abuse rely on the secret.
Yeah, it's about the psychological maneuvering of a kid, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And especially in the case of sexual abuse, is that abuse that is predetermined and planned. And the secret is a very important part of that planning. They're not looking for a blonde or a redhead. They're looking for somebody who will keep the secret.
Who they can manipulate.
More elements than what I'm saying now, but I mean, that's a very, very important part.
When it comes to parents, parents have a definite responsibility and a role to play. What must parents be aware of? What can we as parents do to increase our awareness of the situation, of our child's security? Well,
parents typically teach prevention, stranger danger. What we do in protective behaviours is we bring those parents in. We run workshops also for the parents. We want them to know what we are teaching the children. We want the children to be aware of themselves, their bodies. We cover body awareness and ownership, including using correct terminology for all body parts. We cover consent, we cover secrets, and parents need to know this. And parents do the work also with the children. We run sessions with them. Once a child or a person, adult, know that this is what feeling unsafe is, and these are the feelings I will get in my body, then we teach the child what to do. And that what to do has got something to do with words.
Ja.
Yeah.
We want them to disclose. And you know what? Traditionally, parents often is the last person to know about the abuse. And when I grew up, I was taught that if you've got a problem, come to mom and dad. What if mom and dad are the problem?
Ja.
Yes.
Then, so what we teach children is you can talk with someone. And that someone can be mom and dad.
Ja.
But we teach them someone. We want them to have a network of adults who will listen, believe, and take action.
En dit is die geheim, dis die goue sleutel, is om mense te hê wat bereid is om te luister.
Yeah. We are having amazing success. You know, Pierre, if you look at the media and the amount of abuse that is coming to the fore now, I want to believe that is because of the work we are doing.
Ja, dat
People
moet-
are getting that okay to talk about it, and children are talking. We don't want an adult at the age of 60, like those men in Australia, talk about the abuse in the Christian Brothers home when they were 10.
Ja.
We want them to have a life, that the healing can
Yes.
happen and that they can have a normal life. Actually, I have to say to you, with those people, millions of dollars have been paid out to the families of the males who ended their life due to the abuse. And that's not okay. That's not
Dis die
okay.
ding, it lasts a lifetime. If you don't speak about it, it lasts a lifetime.
Absolutely. You live with that secret forever.
Kinderbeskerming is kardinaal. Ons kan nie dit miskyk nie. Jy kan nie, as jy nie weet hoe om jou kind te praat nie, kom in kontak met Protective Behaviours Program. As jy bang is om met jou kind te praat, as jou emosionele probleme van so 'n aard is dat jy nie kan uitreik na jou kind en you don't have the tools to do it. Gaan na Protective Behaviours Program toe en kom in kontak met hulle en Hilda kan jou help om jou kind beter te assisteer en te help vir dit wat jy dalk nie self vir hulle kan doen nie. Thank
Ja.
you so much Hilda for being
Ons het 'n website,
Ons gaan die website op
Ja.
die televisie sit.
ppsa.org.
ppsa.org. ppsa.org.za.
Ja.
Baie dankie Hilda dat jy hier is. Dankie vir jou moeite. Al die pad heen en weer tussen Australië en Suid-Afrika die heeltyd. Maak mooi.
Dankie, baie dankie. Dankie, Jennifer.
Nou ja, onthou Kinderbeskermingsweek. Vier dit, raak bietjie meer bewus van jou kind se veiligheid en beskerming. Onthou ons kan baie goed verhoed. Dit sluit in onnodige trauma en dalk selfdoodgedagtes en dies meer. Ons kan dit alles bekamp as ons net meer betrokke raak by ons eie kinders. Nou ja.